Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Chris's Corner. I will be your host, Chris Corner, and today we're going to do a very different kind of review. Not a movie review, not a game review, not a show review, but a book review. So, this will be the first book review we actually do on the channel because, not to say that I don't read a lot of books, I actually do have a lot of books that I really do thoroughly enjoy reading. But I have a feeling, because we talk about nerdy things mostly on here already, that I think that Harry Potter and the Cursed Child was a good thing to talk about. So, I'm going to do some spoiler-free stuff here at the beginning, so don't worry, guys. I will warn you when the spoilers are coming. So, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I've been really excited when I heard that this book was going to be coming out. And I think it's really cool because it's not like a book. It's actually a 4-act play. So it's all done script format, and me being an actor and done a lot of stage work in my day, I really love the fact that it is a 4-act play, and am really tempted to throw all of my money away and go to London and see the show. If anybody also feels that way, totally leave the comments down in below and let me know if you would totally do that, and if you're going to do that, because I might not feel so bad about doing that. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child takes place 19 years after the main story. Harry Potter is older, he's a father, he's 3 beautiful children with his wife Ginny. It's fabulous. Fabulous. So if you guys have seen the movie, you know how it ends. With him taking his son Albus to school. That's kind of where the book starts off at the beginning, and it kind of takes on from there. And the story is focused on Harry a bit and his relationship with his son Albus, and like the hard parts being like the middle child and like trying to live up to like a famous parent kind of thing, and that's relevant through the whole story, and it's a very strong part of the plot of this. And they've done a really great job. And Albus becomes great friends, like, right in the first few pages, so I'm not going to say, I don't think that's spoilers, but he becomes great friends with Scorpius Malfoy, the son of Draco Malfoy, which I thought was really cool, and I really like the way they portray Scorpius in the book. He's like, kind of shy, kind of nerdy, really smart, kind of like Hermione was when she was younger. But yeah, he's awkward, he's not confident in himself at all, and it's great. And, yeah, so it starts off. It starts off really good. Like you get, they start to build you some plot for the characters. My God, apparently I can't speak today. This is what happens when you don't sleep. But yeah, so it really starts to develop. The only major problem I had at the beginning of the book is it jumps through a lot of information very fast, and they do it like even for a play. I have a feeling that some of the scenes throughout this book, my major complaint about the book is some of the scenes were I feel were just a little too short, and like they are really short and like cut and cut and cut and jump to another thing and jump to another thing. All in all, it wasn't bad. I just have a feeling that some of them, but that's because we want it more to be a book than a play, and I understand why they do it for a play because it's already a super long play to begin with. So I mean, you do have to trim it down as best you can. But it was great. That's my major complaint with the book was just the kind of jumping around a bit at the beginning. Yeah, beginning to end, I read it all. I sat and read it all in one day. I took a little bit of a break in the afternoon after I finished part 1 because it's 2 parts. Took a little bit of break in the afternoon when I finished part 1, did some other stuff, and then came back to it and just plowed through the rest of it. And there's so much I want to say about spoilers, so I'll get to the spoiler stuff in a minute. But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you see Ron and Hermione, where they've become and where they've gone to with their lives. Anybody on Pottermore or anything knows that Hermione actually goes and becomes the Minister of Magic, and Ron goes and works at the Weasley joke shop, Weasley Wizard Wheezes. And they have a daughter named Rose, and she's in it for a bit, but she's not a main player too much in it. But yeah, I don't want to jump into too much because I don't know, because I know I didn't look in too much to see how far anything. I didn't look for any promotions or anything before. I really wanted to come into this script here and watch it or like read it and come into it with fresh eyes. I can say that just reading this script makes me really want to see it on stage to see how they do some of the effects and how they go about with the scene changes and everything. I think it'd be a fantastic show to see, and I think it's a fantastic read. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, of course you've probably already picked it up and read it. But even if you're not a major Harry Potter fan and you've been kind of toying with the idea, I would recommend giving it a read. It does have a lot of backstory from things more in the books that weren't really explained or touched on in the movies. So if you know more about the Harry Potter series from the book end, you'll appreciate it even more than if you have only seen the movies. And with that, I'm gonna jump into the spoiler. Here's your spoiler warning. Boom! Spoiler warning. All right. So this plot was really cool because it involves time travel, and I have a deep love of time travel, and I don't know why, but I just do. I think time travel is super cool. I've read way too many publications of people and theories and stuff because I'm a loser and I think it's awesome. But yes, I really like the way they kind of touched on the time travel in this with a very special kind of time turner that can take them back way farther in time than just like when you see in the book or the movie where it's just an hour or so that Hermione would do it for school. In this one, Scorpius and Albus end up going so Albus meets this woman who's kind of in his house, and Cedric Diggory's father is there, Amos Diggory, and he's asking because Harry did a raid because Harry's an Auror and head of magical defense, and they had done a raid and they found this crazy time turner because they were all destroyed in the battle of the battle at the Ministry during Order of the Phoenix, and so Harry denies, of course, that they have this time turner, and Albus doesn't believe him. And this other girl who's Amos's niece is taking care of him. She's like a nurse, and she's taking care of him and taking him wherever he needs to go and doing everything for him. And then Albus decides that fuck this. I think they're in their fourth year. And yeah, because the beginning of this play just jumps like right through the first 3 years, like bam, 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 like no information, like very little information. Just shows how strained Harry and Albus's relationship comes, and how close Scorpius and Albus have become as friends, and how just how like Harry's untrusting and stuff, and like it's really hard as Harry as a father to communicate with his child. And he says some things that he's not very proud of in it, and it's if you've ever had a rough relationship with your father, I mean, you're gonna understand what's going on in this book. And I mean, Harry never really had a father figure to look up to. I mean, everybody always died on him, and his aunt and uncle treated him like shit, absolute shit. And so for Harry, finding his footing as a father, you can tell it's hard for him, but he does it, and I mean, it's a learning curve. It doesn't matter whether you're a parent. When you become a parent, it's a learning curve. Like, no matter what you do, you always just do the best you can, and that's all you can do as a parent, and that's just how it is. Right? Right. But yeah, so then Albus and Scorpius break out of the train as it's moving, the Hogwarts Express, and totally bail off, and they get chased off by the candy lady on the train, and that's funny. But yeah, so they go and they go to Amos and they say, we want to help you save Cedric Diggory, go back into the past and save Cedric Diggory, and it becomes this whole plot to go back in time and save Cedric Diggory. And so like they go back in time to try to back when Harry was in his fourth year during the Triwizard Tournament in the Goblet of Fire, and I mean they try to first off, what do they do? It was during the dragon fight. Apparently, I can't speak today. I have too much information going through my head all at once. So during the dragon fight, they steal his wand away from him. They Expelliarmus him during that, and then they go back to the future and think a whole bunch of shit's different. And then they're like, "Oh crap! Well, that didn't work, and we didn't save Cedric, and blah 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 blah." So not too much changed, but things have shifted and things have changed. Like Hermione and Ron aren't married anymore, and a few other little things are all different, and then they end up going back in time again, and they try to embarrass Cedric during the second trial underwater, and they inflate him and make him blow up and screw up and everything like that, and then they jump back to the future again, because they can only stay back in time for 5 minutes before this time turner rips them back to the future. Back to the Future! One of the greatest movies of all time. I absolutely love that trilogy. Just side note, put that in there. And so when they come back, I mean, Scorpius is only there, and he can't find Albus, and Albus isn't there. And it turns out they've totally fucked history right up. So it turns out that Cedric ended up didn't die during the Triwizard Tournament, but so he lived, and then he ends up freaking being so embarrassed and pissed off, he ends up becoming a Death Eater, and he kills Neville at the bottom of the Battle of Hogwarts, and then Neville doesn't kill Nagini, and then Voldemort kills Harry, and the whole world is completely fucked up. And Scorpius in this timeline is supposed to be all cocky and a prick and strong and this and that, and it's our Scorpius, right? So he's like, oh shit, and he's trying to play it up. And he gets locked there, and I mean, Snape was still alive, and he knows, of course, all about Snape, and that part was really cool. I really did enjoy that jump in the timeline. I think that was a really strong part in the play, and that would be such a strong scene that I would love to watch as a fan. And then he goes back again, and this girl that was trying to help them out, I mean, who they were trying to help out, Amy's niece there. Turns out she was playing them like a fucking fiddle, and they tried to destroy the time turner, and she comes to do it. Like, he sends her an owl, and then it turns out that I guess you would call her the cursed child. And this, I'm giving away the end of the book here. So it turns out that she was the daughter of Voldemort and Bellatrix Lestrange, and so she was born shortly there before and given to some other people to take after her whole life. And that apparently there was another prophecy, and in this other prophecy they can make Voldemort alive again, and her as a daughter would serve as his right hand, and oh, it was really good. And then Scorpius ends up like telling her, because they end up screwing everything up for her, because they end up saving Cedric, and Cedric actually kind of saves them too, which was really cool when they kind of bumped into Cedric and Cedric saved their lives. I thought that was awesome. And then so they jump back to another time, and then frickin' she just smashes the shit out of the time turner, so then they're stuck in time, and they don't know where, and they don't know when. And then it turns out it's the day that Harry's parents died, and were murdered for him. So then they have to try and figure out a way to communicate to Harry and Malfoy and all of them in the future where they are, and how to get there, and it was really great, and I think that's where I'm going to stop it there. I'm not going to give out any more than that, because then their whole end part is really cool, and I think that's worth a read. But all in all, I think Harry Potter and the Cursed Child was awesome. I would definitely give it an 8.5 out of 10 as a good read. Not too many plot points I have to pick on, and it involves time travel, which is a huge bonus for me. I love time travel. And I mean, it still has a good feel. It still has a good part of the Harry Potter soul. And it's great. It's great. The writers here did a fantastic job. You guys did a great job. You guys right there. J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. Great job. But yeah, so have you guys read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? What did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. And, you know, if you guys have any other friends that have read the book, I would like to know what anybody thinks about that book. I would love to get a discussion going on, because I would love to talk about other stuff going on. And whatever anybody else thought about this book, I think it'd be a cool discussion to have. So guys, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, you guys should stay awesome. And remember, the contest is still going on. I haven't mentioned in a while, and I've been really busy. My videos have been a little more sporadic, and I'm going to be jumping back on the 2-video-a-week train. But instead of Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's going to be Fridays, because Fridays are a little bit easier for me to work with my schedule. Also, I'm switching jobs at the moment and possibly moving in a couple of months. So I got a lot going on right now, and I'm still trying to take everything down. And I'm shooting a short film, which is eating up a lot of my time too. And you guys will hear more about that soon. Now you know that it's a short film, and it's going to be awesome, I hope, when I'm done. So yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome. Have a great night. And remember, I am a classy broad. Goodbye.